welcome back to our Bible studies in Ephesians. Today I'm going to be looking at Ephesians 2 and verses 6 to 10, beginning in verse 6. And raised us up together and made us sit together in the heavenly places in Christ Jesus, that in the ages to come he might show the exceeding riches of his grace and kindness towards us in Christ Jesus. From this verse, we see that because of God's love and mercy, that we have something to look forward to, and that's the thought of heaven. We see this where it says, sit together in the heavenly places in Christ Jesus. We have to look forward to being in heaven with Jesus. Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 1 say this. Therefore, since the promise remains of entering his rest, let us fear lest any of you seem to have come short of it. We have this promise of eternal rest in heaven that should comfort us, but also give us a desire to spread the gospel. We have to take comfort from the thought of going to heaven and the joy that we will have, but take action and spread the gospel. Verse 8 says, for by grace have you been saved through faith. Verse 8 also goes on to say that grace is a gift, and that we have to be thankful for this gift and accept his gift. So not only do we have to take comfort, but we have to be thankful that we will be in heaven one day with him, and be humble and realize that there's nothing we could do that made that possible, that it all comes from God. Verse 9 says, not of works, lest any man should boast. This just goes on and says that nothing we can do can earn salvation. It's nothing to do with our works. It's just to do with trusting in God and accepting the gift. If we look at 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 5, we see this all summed up pretty well, where it says, not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think of anything as being from ourselves, but our sufficiency is from God. We have to realize that our sufficiency comes from God and nothing else, and he created us and he saved us from death. Moving on to verse 10 then. We see that it says, for we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. This just pushes the thought that I covered in the last video, that we have to be different from those who aren't saved. We're created to do good works. And although this doesn't save us, it's such a big part of being a Christian. And we need to walk in God's light and shine his light on others by doing good works. 2 Corinthians 8 and verse 24 talks about proving your love. And as Christians, we have to love others. And one way to do this is through good works. Hope that spoke to you today, and I pray that you really learned something from these studies.